All right. Welcome everyone to the. We're going to be calling this our Pixelmon League. We got quite a few players joining us in this this league. I guess it's a little bit different than what I'm used to streaming. I used to stream FFBE War of the Visions. I will be streaming that again soon within the week, but this is going to be a fun little thing. We're going to get together with a couple other players from the Complexity Silver version. We're going to be going on to Pixelmon League Red, and basically we're going to have some fun. Now, the way this is going to work is I've got the league here kind of pulled up on my Discord with the rules. Okay, so this is where we're going to start off with, guys. Okay, let me just pull the rules up here real quick. We'll discuss the rules while we have this on the starter screen. Alright, I had to go through this rules. I had to cut a few rules here. Alright, so this is the league that I created. It's kind of like, you know, the Pixelmon Island stuff you see on YouTube. We're just going to be having some fun with some players. We'll be doing, basically we have 2 weeks. We're going to start off with the Gen 1 generation, so Generation 1 for the first tournament. Each player is going to have basically 12 hours a week to grind levels with their characters, catch levels, all that kind of stuff. On the outside of that, they can do grinding with their buildings, their, I would say their breedings, their apricorns, all that kind of stuff, because it can get very stressful if they're trying to do too much in the 2 hours we're given basically a day. Because again, we get 12 hours a week. We have 2 weeks before the first tournament, and that's going to be probably not next Saturday, but the following Saturday. Okay, so we're gonna again. We all come from the silver. We're gonna start on the red server. So we're starting off brand new. We can't farm spawn points because we're going through complexity server. We cannot farm spawn points. Spawn points are very easy to farm characters. Very easy to farm your units. We're going to be going out to the creative world, basically, and that's where we're going to be living. The one rule is you will have 1 hour. It doesn't have to be the start. You will have 1 hour at one spawn. Okay, so one spawn point. It could be Extreme Hills, Birch Forest, wherever they want to go. That is where they will go for 1 hour and farm. Again, it doesn't have to be now. It can be later. They kind of have to pick and choose. That's why it gets a little creative. Okay. Again, you have 12 hours a week to train and grind Pokemon. You can do setup, apricorn farming, etc. past that, but you only have 12 hour weeks to make a team, so it'll give you 24 hours before the first tournament. Okay, so basically a full day. Each tournament is going to progress the generations, so the first 2 weeks you can only train Gen 1 pokes. Makes it tougher. Now again, this is me personally watching other generations. When they only focused on Gen 1, it made it stressful for them. It was a really big grind for them. So what we're going to do is, Gen 1 is the first tournament, but they're going to be allowed to catch Gen 2 pokes already, so they can start getting their team kind of prepped for Gen 2. That way, when we get to the Gen 2 grind, it's not as big of a grind. They kind of have their teams kind of set up already. Okay? The first tournament, there's no Mega or Legends, because again, we're going to be all grinding. It's going to be too hard to do Megas and Legends. Some of us might have Megas, some of us might have Legends. Can't do it. Okay, just at least for the first tournament. The other thing is, with this, at the spawn point where we first come in, we will have it's called the EV training building. Not allowed that. Makes it too easy to grind EVs. Makes it easy for you to go to get your EVs done. Has to be done, again, in the wild. Okay, it's basically like an actual Pokemon League. Like you're going on your journey, starting off your starter, going to go catch folks, get ready for the tournament, and that's why we're calling it the Pixelmon League. Now, in this, they do have the GTS, which is a global trading system, I think is what it's called. You can buy stuff for points, you can sell stuff. There will be no buying the first 2 weeks, but you can sell. So if you get something you want to sell, make the coins, go ahead, that's fine. But there will be no buying. Okay, because there's lots of battle perfect units on the GTS, and that's going to make it way, way too easy for people to get good units and basically overpower the first tournament. There is boss battles, and there are bosses in this world. They are allowed to go into those boss battles and fight the bosses, because it's where we're going to get items, TMs, rare candies, all that kind of stuff. One other thing too is, because this is a complexity server, we are going to be allowing people to get the ace rank. Okay, the ace rank is going to allow them to be allowed on the server. If it's filled, it's going to get some extra pokes, extra Pokeballs, and if they're lucky enough to get a good shiny, because they are guaranteed one random shiny, say it's the Gen 1 shiny, they can use it. I'm not going to deny that, but if it's Gen 2, then no. There's a few other ones I had to kind of go over. Here's one here. Because we can't pick a starter every round, The only out-of-gen Pokemon that's going to be allowed in the tournaments right now is their first starter. Because you can see here, we have all the starters from Gen 1 all the way, I think, to Gen 8. So whatever Gen they decide to go with, they're going to be allowed to use that starter no matter what. Okay? I'm going to pick my starter here in a second. I've been kind of going back and forth who I want to pick. I'm leaning towards a water or fire type of the newer generations. We're going to see here, but that is something else. Finally, guys, battle items. Okay, they cannot buy battle items from the shops because there are shops here that you can buy battle items. You can buy TMs. You can buy breeding items. You want to buy breeding items, and at least I'm gonna leave it up to the people who are gonna be coming into the streams and that, or maybe even talk to the guys. You might be able to buy the EV training items because I know they did allow it in some of the other generations, so maybe we will allow that to help make EV training a little easier. So yeah, actually, you know what, we will allow that. You can buy the EV training items. They are still expensive. You can't get them from boss battles, so again, you can't get those there. Apricorns too. If you're having a problem getting apricorns, there is the grass mart. You can go buy apricorns there. I think, again, the whole thing about this, guys, is we want to make this as real as possible as a real Pokemon journey. So this is exactly what it's going to be. We're going to start off here right now with me. I want to check and make sure my stream's not lagging too much. We're not doing too... Alright, guys, so what happened there was my stream was kind of lagging. I did a little bit of a restart. There was no sense of you guys watching because I went on for another couple minutes there. So I'm going to be posting the other video coming up very, very soon. Should be out tomorrow-ish. It's about half an hour. It's the first couple half an hour, first bit in the game. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys are excited. I know I am. I know the guys I'm playing with are excited, and we're going to be getting right into it. So we'll see you. We'll see everyone for the next one. Hopefully, get my computer fixed, and we'll get the streaming going up on Twitch or YouTube up for grabs. We'll see what happens. And then, guys, stay chilly. We'll see you next time.